Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, May 16th. Skipped yesterday. No game. Beth came over. We ate. We watched Greatest Showman. And I've done that for movie day. Today, we're doing movie day. Because Beth's all supportive of movie day on Tuesday and encouraging my being set in a schedule.
There's nothing wrong with consistency and schedules. It means commitment.
That I'm good at it.
You're a man that's committed.
That I'm good at commitment because I have a lot of consistency in schedules.
Attractive qualities.
Yes. And so she cooking, really we're both cooking, I have stuff in the oven, but my cooking's easier than hers. And we decided we're going to do Sky High for movie day this week. See, Sky High. Which, you know, she watched when she was a child, and I was definitely above the target age group for it.
It is from my childhood.
Yeah, so, but, you know, it was cool. Heck, I think even my brother liked it. I remember for a while he used to be like all upset with his name and upset that Mom didn't name him War and Peace, because that's a cool name.
It is a good name.
It's a good name.
It's a good name.
If you have the last name Peace, name your son Warren. Otherwise.
Or, you know, give it to them as middle name. You know.
Yeah, whatever you think. But regardless, so we're gonna, after we finish cooking, we're gonna watch Sky High. And I would give Sky High a 7.8 out of 10. It's fun. It is clearly a movie designed for a younger audience. Feels like, I don't know, a bit of a advancement on some of what, you know, I think of with like the Disney Channel originals. With like the way some of the, you know, practical effects and visual effects are, they're not the greatest. You know, a guy that turns into rock, and you can tell that's very CG. A lot of prop comedy with people being super strong and such. That's like, oh, haha, it looks like one thing, but it's clearly another. You know, oh, that looks like a heavy weight, but it's not a heavy weight. Though it's a giant robot attacking a city, but clearly it's a guy in a suit and little like boxes made to look like buildings, that kind of thing. But anyways, from the back of the box, a super adventure of heroic proportions. This crowd-pleasing hit from Walt Disney Pictures stars Hollywood favorites Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston, the son of legendary heroes Commander Russell and Jetstream Preston. Young Will Stronghold carries huge expectations as he enters a high-tech high school known for molding the heroes of tomorrow. With no apparent superpowers of his own, however, Will seems destined to grow up a mere sidekick. But as he discovers his true strengths, he'll also learn that it takes loyalty and teamwork to truly become a hero. So he has, you know, parents to live up to, and he's a bit of a late bloomer with getting his powers, so he ends up in sidekick class, hero support, as it were, where he has, you know, his best friend, Danielle Pannabreaker, whatever her character is, and like the glowing kid, and the melting kid, and the one that turns into a gerbil. You know, sidekicks. And you know, basically, it's not until he gets a fight with a guy that has a grudge against him because of trouble their parents had together, Warren Peace, who that, you know, Will finally gets his powers and gets moved up to hero class. Warren is awesome. He's clearly best character. Good heart, but angsty, rough around the edges. You know, set stuff on fire. So, throughout whatever the movie, you know, he ends up falling for whatever senior I will say I liked it, but somebody fell asleep trying to watch it. She seemed to like it until near the end when she fell asleep. So he's, you know, falling for this senior, and oh, why is she interested in him? But she is. So he ends up with her, you know, like planning to be his date for homecoming until he gets mad at her for chasing away his friend who, you know, has a crush on him. He just wasn't noticing. But it turns out that senior was really a second time around being a senior because they're a villain that had gotten turned back into a baby on their own, you know, evil device and had to grow up again, now to try and take over once more. And this time they're doing more successful as they're turning all of the real heroes, you know, including the Commander and Jetstream, into babies, so they're helpless. And so he ends up with that would-be girlfriend becoming, you know, his enemy. And this enemy of his, War and Peace, ends up, despite himself, being kind to the other sidekicks when they're without Will, when he's hanging out with the heroes. And through his advice and snarky comments about how his best friend, Daniel Panabaker, is it like Layla, Leela? I don't remember. You know, being interested in him, he ends up good friends with his enemy, who partners with him when the school is actually under attack and things. And he does end up at the end with that relationship with his plant-loving friend. So it's all sweet, and it's cute, and it's a fun little, you know, superhero high school romance movie. It does some interesting things. I love, you know, of course, as a fan, at least in my youth, of the sketch comedy show Kids in the Hall. Like, that was like one of the first things, like back when I'd first seen the trailer when this was going to come out, like seeing a couple of the actors from Kids in the Hall. I was like, gotta see that. And that was a big draw for me to see the movie. And it's the science teacher and the sidekick teacher. And they're great. I like that, like with some of the bullies, there's the fast bully, but he's like a heavier guy. And usually when you have a fast hero, they're like a skinny guy. Fast person, fast metabolism, skinny. Not in here. I was like, that's an interesting way to break the mold. I like the attitude and character of the girl that multiplies herself. And yeah, a lot of just little simple ways of like showing things, like how they show the strength, like, you know, oh, I smash phones and I put a pool cue through the cue ball. No, it's a fun movie, cute movie. You know, not highbrow, not high end, but it's just a fun little cute movie. And it was fun. So, I'm gonna call it a night. Probably need to wake up Beth so that she can get home, because she's clearly tired. But I'll call it a night. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues. Bye.